Erica Lynn Speaks podcast is a place where you can grow beyond your limitations and make an impact on the world. I am Erica Lynn. I will teach you how to take the restraints off of you, begin to live free, and become unstoppable. Go to ericalynnspeaks.com.
I say Erica Lynn Speaks. Erica Lynn Speaks.
Hello. This is Erica Lynn, and welcome back to another wonderful episode of Erica Lynn Speaks podcast. And I'm so excited. Happy Friday. We just got a couple of weeks to go, and it's the holiday. Christmas is here. Like, I know we've been going through this pandemic. I know that things have been a little tough, a little rough on the pockets and on the mind. But we have a lot to be thankful for. We have a lot to be grateful for, but we're here again because we're ready to play big. And before we get started, I want to make sure you guys share this podcast with everybody on your timeline. You can also start a watch party so that everybody can watch right along with us, right along with you, and they can play big too. Like, who don't want to play big? Like, show of hands. And if you guys are here on this podcast with me, make sure you give me a thumbs up. Say, hey, Erica Lynn, I'm here. It's Friday. I'm so excited to be here with you. I'm excited because you guys are excited. It's been a very, very long week for me, just like it has been for many of you all. And we have been focusing on the 7 techniques of healing. We have went through all of the techniques, right? We went through 1 through 6, and today we're going to focus on step 7, which is growth. But let's revisit the first 6 techniques, which was heal, meaning that you have to heal the core essence of you so that the true you, your true self, can shine bright, shine big, for the world, so that you can make a difference and change in your life. The second technique is educate. You have to educate yourself on what you need, who you are, where you are at that point, so that you can continue to keep moving forward and you don't have anything to stop you and hinder you. The third technique was take action, right? Because why do you heal and why do you educate yourself on what you need if you're not going to do anything about it, right? Does that make sense? I want to make sure that I got everything all set up here. Okay. Awesome. Anyway, and so why heal and educate yourself if you're not going to do anything about it? So you must take action. Taking action is very, very important. It is so important because if you don't take action, that can result in you being in the same place that you have always been, having the same results that you have always had. And who doesn't want to play big? Who don't want to have different results? Who don't want to live out their dreams and go after their goals? When you set your goals, like, who don't want to check that check mark off on that goal board that you have pasted on your wall? I know I do. I don't know about you guys, but I know that I do. So after you heal, educate yourself, take action, then you must take a leap. Taking that leap into who you are, finding out like, okay, so you took action, but now I'm just going to take a leap of faith. I'm going to walk because I know God got me. And I know this is a path that I've never taken before, but I'm going to go on it anyway. This is a journey that I'm going on, and nothing and no one is going to stop me. So when you heal, you educate, you take action, you take a leap, then you must inspire yourself. Inspiration is so important because you have to transition your way of thinking. You have to transition your thought process, right? Because if you're thinking negative, then 9 times out of 10, negative things are going to happen. But we don't want negative things to happen. We want positive things to happen. We want to be in a positive mindset. We focus on the laws of reciprocity, and what you put out in the atmosphere is what you get back. And that is very, very important. And then once you inspire yourself, what do you need? This is where you have to reevaluate and reaccess, where you at in life, so that you can, you're at a different point. You're at a different point. You're at a different standpoint of where you were in the beginning. So once you reevaluate it, now you understand where you are and your needs have changed, and you're going to cater to the needs to where you are at that point. Now, lastly, is where we at today. Our growth. Man, growth is so important. Growth is so important because growth is the most important step that you can take. And the reason why I say that is because the first step is to heal. But growth is also just as important as that first step, meaning that when you grow, then you no longer look at things the way you did in the beginning, right? When you grow, your mindset have changed. When you grow, your actions have changed. When you grow, the things that you saw in your future have changed, right? Your dreams change, your goals change, all because you grew, right? Growing is so important. And and when you grow, like, it just takes a lot to get to the point of growth. Because have you seen people that you're like, dang, they haven't changed. They're still the same way. They're still doing the same things. They're still going on the same journey that they have gone on, right? They're still talking the same, acting the same. They haven't grown. They're still treating me the same or treating themselves the same. They haven't grown. So growth is very important. Growth shows that you've matured. Growth shows that you've become who you have set out to be. Growth shows that the goals that you set for yourself in the beginning, you actually have either achieved them, or you're so close on the path to achieving the goals that you set for yourself. So growth is a very important part of who you are, who you set out to be, and the direction that you're continuing to go on, because it's a continuing journey. See, as I said before, it takes time to heal, and it takes a whole lot of patience as well. See, this isn't an overnight process, because this all was a journey that we talked about from the very beginning. It wasn't overnight. It was the process that we started on weeks ago. Even if you started on your process when we started the beginning of the 7 techniques of healing, like, that has been a journey. That has been like a long-term work that you have done, your inner work that you have done on yourself. You see, when you grow, you can glow. And when you glow, you're glowing in the true essence of who you are. And I like that, because growing into the true essence of who you are is so important. You see, my nephew had came over and he stayed with me this week, and I helped him with schoolwork, because, you guys, the kids are online in school, and they take their computer wherever they want to go, right? As long as they're in school. So in the beginning, he came over and he was kind of a little discombobulated, like, oh, I don't like school. The teacher don't know what she's doing. She don't this, every excuse that he had to not focus and do what he needed to do. So now, not only did he grow, but I grew as well in the process. His growth came from me pouring into him, sitting with him every day, saying, this is what you need to do to get it right. And then my growth came from, his growth came from me helping him, but my growth came from learning from him. See, I learned about, look, and I've even took notes, like I was sitting in his class. It's funny. I learned the difference between a squid and an octopus. There's similarities and their differences, right? So it is said that a squid and an octopus has 8 legs. But my nephew, very, very intelligent, he said to the teacher, no, a squid does not have 8 legs. A squid has 6 legs and 2 tentacles. So the teacher tried to quickly dismiss him. Well, the book says this. Now, my nephew was an animal major. He's 10 years old, but he loved animals and he knows what he's talking about. So she quickly dismissed him. And then one of the students came in and said, well, hey, teacher, he knows what he's talking about. And she started reading out of the dictionary online, like the definition online, or wherever the young lady got the information from. So the teacher had to, go back and say, I apologize. I guess he was right. So what it is saying that a squid does have 6 legs, but it has like 2 tentacles or 2 arms. So that's the difference. Whereas an octopus has strictly 8 legs. Then I learned about, they both have ink bags. And then the ink bag, like, this stuff comes out real fast to kind of like burn your eyes. an octopus ink bag burn your eyes. Like I learned a lot, right? I learned a lot from this 10-year-old kid. But in learning the similarities and the differences between the octopus and the squid, right? I found out that a squid has a bioluminescence, which is the product of light by the living organisms. So in other words, parts of the squid glows in the dark. And I said, wow, it glows in the dark. And so when it glow in the dark, like the true essence of who the squid really is shown at that moment when the bioluminescence of the squid is shown. So that just really made me think about you guys. When that light or the thing that's inside of you that you've been working so hard to get out, when it comes out and it shines, the bioluminescence of who you really are is then shown to the world. It's shown to yourself. Like this is it was just such a fantastic thing to learn. And so we can learn a lot from kids. That's something definitely for sure. But if the kids have to go on the process of doing their homework so that they can answer their questions and so that they can grow into the next grade and graduate, then as an adult, we have to do the same thing. We have to do our homework. We have to live our lesson so that we can continue to grow, right? And when you grow, it just makes sense. When you grow, you glow. So anyway, if you guys are just joining us right now, we're at Erica Lynn Speaks podcast. Make sure you give me a thumbs up and say, hey, Erica Lynn, I'm here, and make sure you share this podcast on your timeline for everyone else because we want everyone else to grow and glow. But it was such a fascinating experience for me to learn with my nephew because not only did I become educated now on squids and octopus, but I also grew in the process. I grew, my patience grew because it took a lot to sit with a 10-year-old kid, right? That has all excuses. And then as an adult, you have to debunk their excuses, right? So that you can help them get through their journey, help them grow so that they one day that they can glow. But I'm so excited because we have been going through these 7 techniques and we have been learning. We have been growing. We have been doing what was required to get to where we are. The last step is just as important as the first step, as I said it before. So just like the squid and the octopus has many legs, meaning that they can take a whole lot of steps. Just imagine how many steps that you can take when you discover your true essence of who you really are. Just imagine how many steps you could take. Man, I'm sure you could go pretty far, right? You could go pretty far. That relationship that you have been in and you haven't felt like you were whole, that your voice was heard. You could go really far if you took a lot of steps and opening up your mouth and you begin communicating and sharing with your spouse. And then that relationship can get a lot better. Or you can become healed doing the things that you need to do to make you a whole mom inside of that household, running that household, do the work on yourself to become healed. And when you are the person that I always speak about who wanted to get a promotion, right? You've been stuck at the same place in your company for a long time and you wanted to grow to the next level, but you didn't have the confidence for one to apply for the position. So you automatically gave up before you even got started because you found so many excuses before you've even gotten to even apply for the application. So you spoke that negativity into the air and just said, forget it, I'm just going to quit without even trying. But if you did the healing work on yourself, you gained the strength, you gained your positivity, man, just imagine where you can go. Just imagine when you apply for that a position. I'm looking forward to someone telling me, dang, Eric, I had enough strength and courage after I went through my process. And I am now in that higher position that I have always wanted. I took my boss's job. What about the person that's like me? You guys wanted to be a speaker or you wanted to open up your own company and you've been working a 9 to 5, so you can stay stable, or you have fears of what if I fail by opening up this company? Now, I'm not even good enough. Like, who am I to run a company? Who am I to tell people what to do or encourage them or work with them or guide them on their path so that together we can work together and having a successful company. Well, I want to tell you, you are somebody. You are somebody. You are wonderfully made. You are successful. You are all those things in a bag of chips. Let me just tell you, you are all those things in a bag of chips. Like this T-shirt I created. Let me see if you guys can see. If you can see the shirt, give me a thumbs up. Let me know. I had to fix it. I created this shirt. I would have never thought about designing a T-shirt. And so you know how we always talk about one step beyond, you take the steps. So the acronym on the shirt says STEP, right? If you guys notice, a lot of things I do is STEP. But what it says is successfully transition into the elevation of your purpose. So that means that you have to take a step in order to successfully transition and elevate yourself into your purpose, and elevate yourself into who you were called to be. But you can't do that if you don't do what? Take that first step, right? You have to take that first step. So there's a lot of things that you have to do. You have to be willing. You have to be open. You can't run. You can't hide. But you have to be willing to take that first step. So if you want to take that first step and you want somebody to walk with you, then say, Erica, how can you work with me? And I'll tell you how I can work with you. If you're ready to use the tools that you need to take with you as you continually go on these journey, say, hey, Erica, how can I continuously use these tools? What tools do you have available for me? If you are ready to go after that promotion, if you are ready to see life differently than you have ever saw it before, then you say, hey, Erica, how can I work with you? How can you help me to exercise myself to the full of my fullest potential? Hey, Erica, how can I get to that point where I'm not only healed, but I'm playing bigger than I've ever played before? Then all you guys have to do is go to ericalynnspeaks.com. The website is right there below. Just go to ericalynnspeaks.com. And I'll work with you. I'll walk with you. I'll work with you. And I'll help you get to the next level so that you can play big. How does that sound? Did somebody here want to play big? If you're ready to play big, then all you have to do is put something down in the comments section below. Like, hey, Eric, I'm ready to play big. I want to work with you. Or you guys can go right on over to my website, ericalynnspeaks.com, and you'll see all the options there on how we can work together. Now, if you're ready to take the next step into your life, if you're ready to do something that you've never done before, then all you have to do is say, hey, Erica, I'm ready, and I'm here with you. So now it's the holidays, right? Happy holidays. And for the holidays, so many people, let me say it like this. You need something to help you get your mind right. You need something to help you relax. And in all the swing of things of getting your mind right and helping you relax, I have created the healing box. Yay! The healing box is all things 7, right? So you want to relax. So in the healing box for the holidays, Erica Lynn has the healing box. The healing box. Look, I'm like the Miss Vanna White, right? But in the healing box comes an autograph, personally signed book from me to you of the 7 techniques of healing. You get a journal so that you can journal your thoughts that can help take you to the next level. Oh, you got wonderful candles. We're doing aromatherapy. So these are wonderful aromatherapy candles. I have a different array of candles. This is an aromatherapy lotion, but I have different fragrances of lotion, but the aromatherapy lotion, it helps relaxes you and make your skin feel smooth when you get out of the tub if you choose to take a bubble bath. Then we have the aromatherapy oil. You can spray it on your pillow, or you can spray it on your body. You can spray it in the air, wherever you choose to, but it will also help you go through your healing journey. Then you have your tea. This one here that's on display is the chamomile tea, but I have several different teas. And then last but not least is the flash drive. The flash drive, you'll get a flash drive of the Never Give Up album from Erica Lynn Speaks. So this is what I call the All Things 7 healing box. 7 items, 7 techniques of healing, 7 things just for you. So if you want to get it for yourself, or if you got 7 people that you want to get this healing box for, message me in the comments section. Say, hey, Erica, I want to get the healing box. I am ready to release. I am ready to relax. I am ready to heal. And so this is the All Things 7 healing box, 7 techniques of healing just for you. So I'm so excited. It's Christmas time. Who doesn't want gifts? I want gifts. I want you. I want gifts. I don't know about you, but this is a great gift for someone you know or for yourself. You know, if you want to just get it for yourself, whatever it is, just let me know. Say, hey, Erica, I want to go. I want to get your healing box. So I'm excited that we went through the 7 techniques of healing. We went through all of them. You went through the journey. We went through the growth process. And I'm excited that you guys made it all the way this far. Like, who feels good? Who doesn't feel good going through a journey and actually completing it? Like, I know I do. And if you guys are out there shopping right now, put that down and go ahead, click the button so you can get the healing box. It's a great gift. But anyway, so next week, we're going to start a new series. We're going to go through the process. And when we go through the process, see, we went through the 7 techniques of healing and we talked about the 7 techniques, but I want to really hone in on how important that it is on going through the process, what the process is and how you really go through the process. So I always like to provide great information for you guys. I always like to give you tools that you can always utilize so that when you're on your journey or you're going through your process, and you like to think back maybe on something that I said, and it actually encourages you and motivate you into taking that next step, right? So how does that sound, right? That's awesome. I'm so excited. It's almost Christmas. And, you know, Christmas fall on a Friday this year. So because Christmas fall on a Friday this year, and I do a Friday live at 5, we're gonna have to do a Christmas special. We're gonna have to do a Christmas special. It's gonna be something wonderful. I'm gonna pull out some good stops for you guys, some great, wonderful things, and see if I can get a couple of good guests on the show for the Christmas special. How does that sound? I'm so excited that you guys are here once again on Erica Lynn Speaks podcast. It's phenomenal. You know, each week that I do these podcasts, sometimes I would say, do I add value? Am I adding value? Is somebody getting something out of this? Do you guys enjoy going through the 7 techniques of healing or going through this podcast? Like, are you learning something? Is it taking you to where you're trying to go? Is it helping you? Is it making you think, at least, you know, encouraging you and inspiring you and saying, okay, well, you know, I wouldn't normally have done this if Erica Lynn haven't encouraged me. And then that means that I've done my job, because I want to always inspire and motivate you to live your best life. Like, living your best life is key. It's key. Like, nobody else can live your life for you but you. And so if you lose out on so much of your life trying to live your life for someone else, just imagine how much life you have missed out on, how much wasted breath that you have given. But just imagine yourself being like the squid. You got 6 legs, two tentacles, and you glow in the dark from your bioluminescence. Man, you phenomenal. I bet y'all didn't even know a squid did all the things that it did. Did they teach you that on SpongeBob? All the stuff that a squid do. You guys remember Squidward. Well, anyway, I'm excited, you guys. We got some good things coming out for 2021. I want you guys to continue to stay healed, stay whole. And if you have any questions while you're on this live, please let me know and I'll answer the questions. I'm so excited that God has just placed me in this moment, in this time, as I am right now, because I can be somewhere else doing something else, but that's not where He wants me. So all a part of where you are in life, all a part of going through your process is being obedient, right? And not trying to rush the process, not trying to go somewhere else before you're ready. Because all of you all who may be doing lives or podcasts, it is your opportunity to practice. It is your opportunity to get things right. So when God opened the doors for your TV show or your movie deal or whatever it is that He may open the door for, then you have done the work by getting your practice in, by doing what He asked you to do, touching the lives that you needed to touch so that you can go on to the next level. So I've done my work. It's Friday. I think I'm going to go out and maybe get me something to eat because I don't feel like cooking today. I worked hard. I deserved it. But anyway, make sure you guys message me in the box below if you want to get a healing box. It'll come to you all nice and beautiful. And I'll send you guys the link so that you can get the healing box. So all things 7 healing box. Who doesn't want an all things 7 healing box? Well, this is Erica Lynn. Thank you for participating in the 7 Techniques of Healing series. I can't wait till we start our next series. I'm so excited. And if you guys have any questions or comments, make sure you leave them in the link below, and I'll make sure I do my best to answer them. And that is my time. And this is Erica Lynn from Erica Lynn. This is my humble talk. Erica Lynn from EricaLynnSpeaks.com. And I'm just so excited to have you guys with me. I get to show you guys my silly side. I really have a real serious silly side. I'm so serious, like so. Those of you all who know me, you know that I went through my process of healing so that I can get to this point of where I am. So if you want to work with me, if you want to know how I can work with you, if you want to know how we can work together, if you want to know how to take your next steps, how to even take your first step, then all you have to do is go to EricaLynnSpeaks.com, and together we will help you take your next step. God bless you. I'm Erica Lynn, and I'll see you next Friday at 5. Yay!
Erica Lynn has designed group workshops for you to join with others who are experiencing similar obstacles to yours, one-on-one coaching sessions with Erica Lynn and other professionals who are also committed to helping you focus on your healing, guided workbooks, and much, much more. If you haven't joined the One Step Beyond You community of growth, you still have time. Go now to EricaLynnSpeaks.com and sign up for the One Step Beyond You signature program. Realize your full purpose in life by allowing Erica Lynn to help you break free from your boundaries, break free beyond your limitations, elevate your power, and move into the biggest step forward in your life.
This podcast was brought to you by EricaLynnSpeaks.com. Sign up for your free consultation today at EricaLynnSpeaks.com/work with me. And just remember, it only takes just one step beyond
you. I say Erica Lynn Speaks.